I'm Gale Banks, and in this episode, we're going to learn all about motor oil chemistry.
It's time for Speed School.
Soot particles, guys. Hey, deleters, smoke boys. We're going to talk about soot.
Good intro, because soot is not good in motor oil.
Yeah.
And so we put specific materials in there for your guys that blow soot through their rings into their motor oil sump to encapsulate those materials so they don't aggregate.
So the message here is if it's coming out the pipe, it's going past the rings. Not good. Please continue.
Well, it's a great point. And soot used to be so prevalent in diesel applications that diesel oils were designed and there's specific tests to encapsulate soot particles to keep them from aggregating. Because as they get bigger and they want to agglomerate together, then they're going to go into one of those, entry to a rolling surface, and then scratch and abrade that surface. So it'll actually create wear.
Soot is hard on the bearings. Got it?
Many engine rebuild on a diesel side was as a result of soot particles aggregating. Basics of dispersants. You got a polar head. So this is the head of the chemistry, and it has an affinity for metals.
Yes.
So it wants to go seek out metals and attach onto metals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we want them to start off doing. Or it's going to also have an affinity to a soot particle. So this polar head is going to go in and attach onto the surface of the soot particle. And the tail, here's the functionality of the tail.
Yes.
The tail likes oil. So the tail is going to sit out this way and attach itself to the oil, and the head is going to keep attached to the soot particle, thus separating the soot particle from other soot particles.
Exactly.
and keeping them separated. So these are blockers again. They're blocking another soot particle from coming in. And then these would be going after the other soot particle.
How does the polar head attach?
Yeah, it's basically an attraction. That's a good question, Gale. So that polar head is positively charged, and it's being attracted onto the negatively charged surface of the soot particle.
Got it.
So then it wants to just grab on and stay there based on
Kind
the
of
charge.
sounds like magnetism.
Yeah. All right, this is a look at a detergent molecule. So dispersants, we talked about, keep contaminants from aggregating and keeps them encapsulated.
Yep.
Now we're talking about some cleaning here.
Yes.
So the detergent molecule has a couple different properties. Number one, it's going to help clean surfaces. So it keeps surfaces free of varnish and buildup of carbon, those types of things. Additionally, and this is very important for your diesel audience here and people that own diesel vehicles, is this has got calcium carbonate in the core of the molecule. And calcium carbonate's like Tums. So Tums neutralize a bad stomach acid. So this calcium carbonate or some other materials in there that act like Tums, they'll actually absorb those acids that are created in the combustion process.
Yes.
And for the diesel combustion process, we create a lot of acids in the combustion of that fuel.
Yes.
So this material in the center then is going to neutralize those acids and keep them from building up. If you get too much acid buildup, eats up the lining of your stomach. Get too much acid buildup in your motor oil sump, it's going to eat up bearings. And it's going to start with yellow metals, soft surfaces and yellow metals. That's the place where it's going to show up first. If you get to the point of too much acid buildup and it starts to eat the surface of the bearing, you can go, oh, I've got a lot of time to react. You actually don't.
Yes.
When it starts eating away, you're in trouble.
You're toast.
Yeah, you're toast.
Yeah.
So again, this is what it looks like, the polar head of the molecule seeking out the surface of the iron and then attaching to that iron, and then we're keeping that surface clean. More surface chemistry here. So we got a whole bunch of things moving to the surface and wanting to do things. We always see water. Water's all around us. It's in the atmosphere. We're getting condensation constantly in a motor oil sump. So you can't run from water. So the only thing you can do is to protect yourself from the water buildup in sumps. So the way that we do that, and also people think, well, oils all protect surfaces of metal, right? 100%. If you just put any oil
Yeah, you
on
just
the
smear
surface,
it on there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to protect
Yeah.
the surface.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the case because those surfaces are very fugitive, and water can get in a hurry.
Yes.
So you actually have to get down to the molecular level to protect your surfaces from rust. So this again is the same type of molecule, polar head attaching to the surface, and then the tail sticking out here actually repels the water from coming in and attaching and attacking that surface. So again, there's a lot of surface chemistry going on here. Don't be an amateur chemist. Let us do that work, and we'll keep your diesel vehicle running a lot longer.
So I think what Dan's talking about is combination. When you're designing an engine, there's a combination of valve timing and port size and rod length and stroke length. The right combination in an engine makes it durable and makes it win. The right combination in the oil does the same thing. So what Dan's saying is, don't screw with the combination by pouring other stuff in to the crankcase.
Yeah, it was meticulously designed based on knowledgeable people that know the chemistry and what you described in terms of a build of an engine.
Yes.
That engine builder was meticulous in the way they designed clearances, the materials that are used in the piston and the piston rings.
All part of the combination.
All part, yeah, and we spend so much time on that. We also spend the same amount of time on building the lubrication package for that because it's important.